The new regular show proved bro wrong by the Alpha J Show. Can't lie, yeah, I recently watched the new regular show episode, The Lost Tapes. And honestly, I thought it was pretty good. I actually did enjoy it. A lot of people have been complaining about the animation. I think it wasn't that bad. It was okay, pretty solid, it did its job. And I think it was pretty entertaining. I think it made sense in context of the show. They didn't really retcon anything. Pops, I won't spoil too much, but like Pops, everything, watching it, it made sense. If you're a regular show fan, just go watch it. Can't lie, it was pretty good. And the other episode, man, Mordecai and Rigby are still such dicks, man. Ruined it for everyone. I can't lie. Luau. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Just can't lie, just go watch it. It's on YouTube for free, so yeah, nothing to lose, mate.
The new regular show Revival proved me wrong. I was worried about a few things, but not only do I think this series kind of feels like the original, but so does everywhere I look. This show still got it, with 18,000 likes. I love Boba Pops, with 4.1 thousand likes. But how did the Lost Tapes prove me wrong, and who is Boba Pops? And speaking of, didn't Pops pass away? With that, you get to my favorite episode of the bunch and the answer to one of those questions. Our biggest worry when it comes to Revivals years later is that it isn't good or doesn't feel like the original show. And the best episode that proves me and that wrong is literally the first episode. This episode answers the biggest question, but leaves some theories of what might happen soon. Pops is enjoying the afterlife in heaven, and we see his father, Mr. Maillard and Anti-Pops, also enjoying heaven. Everything is great. For now. Pops' favorite activity is watching regular show, which mirrors what we would see in the finale of the original show. But the tape gets messed up, and Pops can't fix it. And that's when we run into why it's called The Lost Tapes.
Pops, what happened?
Oh, Gail, my memory tape broke, and I can't seem to fix it.
But it's kind of crazy how Pops enjoys watching regular show, just like us. Even though, yeah, he got to live it, bro also likes to watch the episodes. And can't lie, regular show bangs, one of my favorite cartoons. We're definitely up there. Even as an adult, the shit is hilarious. I can't lie. Everybody should just be watching that shit. I can't lie. I can't blame bro for banging it out.
Did somebody say memory tape?
This is Jampt Grifton, a name that I hope I don't say a lot in this video, and he doesn't fix tapes. He does something worse that we'll see soon. He tries to buy Pops' memory tape in exchange for digitizing it so that he can stream it whenever he wants. But Pops is attached to the physical media because Pops has taste.
Same, I can't lie, based. Physical media has to continue, you cannot die out. It's like for me, when I play games, I like to buy a lot of my games physical. So it's kind of annoying to see such a push towards downloads. Sometimes it's just nice to have a physical game in your hands, put it in the console, and then just play instead of like, oh, you can download it, now you have to worry about storage space and SD cards. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Back to regular show.
This does not make that guy happy, but he decides it's better to ask later than do anything too hasty. After all, he gets the tape of this woman here, and we'll see where it goes. In the meantime, Pops explores different ways to fix his tape in heaven, and we get some key lore. Heaven kinda sucks. You get one memory tape, if it breaks, you can't fix it. Instead, you just get told to get another tape. Is this heaven or is this an Apple store? Eventually, Pops meets a guy who can help him, but little do they know, they're going to find out what Jampt has been up to.
2 for 1! Oh, I gotta get this!
This machine steals the memory and shreds the tape, which is super messed up. Pops would find his lost tapes, which, minding you, that one tape stored presumably the entire show, so imagine 24 tapes. Fam, we would be eating for decades. My kids' would know the My Mom joke. Why I love this episode so much is because this duo works so well off of each other. Pops is the calm but curious one, and Barry Sliceman, this man right here, is the bolder, more helpful guide leading the way. They want to find their memory tapes so bad, and it keeps the tension high knowing that with one false move, all of the Jampt staff will outnumber them. Unfortunately, while one gets a happy ending, the other does not.
Nice play, brother! Dude, thanks, dude.
Kent?
Malenko!
That's the memory tape I've been looking for!
Yeah, ace that par 4!
We were so young. Just a couple of dudes whipping our discs out.
You gotta love that regular show humor.
That's still a crazy joke, man. You gotta catch that, man.
Dude, I'm gonna remember this forever!
That's why this show can still be enjoyed by like adults and kids. Kids obviously is animated as well. I mean, animation not just for kids, but like you get the idea. It's like appealing, it's entertaining, and then you have the sneaky little adult joke for the grown-ups, you know.
I was curious how they would approach the riskier jokes knowing that their fans are older, and to be honest with you, the fact that they kept roughly the same vibe makes me appreciate this approach better than the wonderfully weird world of Gumball that tries to be riskier and more shocking with each new season. You gotta remember, a lot of people still watch regular show to this day, so to them, getting good episodes is a net positive. Pops runs out with the tapes as Barry gets sacrificed for a good cause. As he makes it back home, he decides now is a good time to play the tapes. And it would seem the rest of this series is going to be about these scattered memories, which is perfectly fine with me. So if this answers what Pops has been up to, who is Boba Pops and what exactly did I think going into this show? When watching the trailers that you see on screen, I found the animation to be quite rough. I was one of the people who didn't have high hopes because I saw the animation and I thought they weren't putting a good budget behind it. Now in my defense, it's not like Cartoon Network has been pumping out the best shows ever this decade. In fact, the creator of the show, J.G. Quintel, spoke about the elephant in the room. For such a goated show, 10 episodes feels kind of short. Turns out, he agrees. 10 episodes and then wait until streams to see if it got numbers, and then we'll call you back. I was always gonna watch it regardless because I love regular show, and I'm glad I did because I got to meet Boba Pops in this episode. However, you're gonna need a setup to get it.
You just need to replace the same snacks we always get, because they all expired.
But shouldn't we get something else if they're all expired?
People aren't buying them because they're expired.
But they expired because nobody buys them.
They got a point.
This feels like such a parallel to how people view streaming shows now. The companies think people won't watch them, so they'll cancel them, but people aren't watching them partially because they believe it will get canceled, so there's no point in investing that time. Obviously, Mordecai and Rigby don't get the same boring snacks, they get boba. Problem is, they gotta sell it all or they'll get fired.
Why are there balls in my mouth?
I mean this with all due respect, Benson, I really do. But aren't there always balls like in your mouth, around your mouth? You know what, don't answer that. They try to sell the boba, but it doesn't work. And this is when they decide they need a mascot that kind of looks like a boba ball. And there's only one character here that could go on your geometry math homework, and that's Pops. So is that how he becomes Boba Pops? Not yet. He initially tries to sell the boba, but it comes across unsettling. After a hard day's work of getting 0 out of 10 customers, he's parched. And he doesn't get water, he gets boba.
The boba! Whoa!
Pictures.
Now we get Boba Pops, and Boba Pops is so awesome. He's like the opposite of Pops, and the animation here is so clean, it makes me wonder why the trailer didn't use clips from this episode to show everything. His charisma attracts people to try out Boba because they just want to be cool like him. I also love the different voice given to Boba Pops, which helps solidify his confident salesman personality. So people buy Boba, Mordecai and Rigby get the sales, and a day is saved, right? Actually, there's something really, really wrong.
Pops?
What happened after I drank that blessed beverage?
You became Boba Casanova and we made tons of money.
Oh, goody. Whoa, Pops. What did you guys do to him?
The high Pops gets as Boba Pops comes with a huge cost. And now the question becomes, do we push Pops further to sell all of the boba? Or should he rest up and heal and figure out a new plan? Well, while Mordecai and Rigby are usually to blame when things go from bad to worse, it's actually Pops who wants to continue because the guilt of them being fired would be too much for him to handle. It's in this way that any true regular show fan knows that Pops is one of the boys. Bro wrestled a giant bear in the OG show and won. Honestly, this episode is pretty good too, with quite a bit of funny jokes. Some G, some PG, and some maybe PG-13, to put it lightly. That is way more Pops than I thought I'd be seeing, and if I have to see it, you do too. Like any other regular show episode, it isn't the OG show if something supernatural and unexpected doesn't happen. And in this episode, the flavor is a giant monster who invades the park for Boba. I do find the climax of just giving the Boba kinda lame, and I wish there was a bit more of a twist at the end, but regardless, this is a fun adventure. So if all these episodes are good, were any worries of mine actually true? No. But there was one episode I am side-eyeing a little bit, for good reason.
They're all like, shing, ka-chunk.
Shing! Ugh. Yeah. What do you two think you're doing? I'm not paying you to beat up the couch.
This is Blade Games, and if there was a weakest episode so far, it's this for a few reasons. We get a lot of fun adventures in the episodes out so far, like again, Pops finding a corrupt memory-eating corporation and selling Boba with the most charismatic Pops ever, alongside other interesting ones, like Muscle Man's secret nap spot being this 3-layer deep sleep dimension. But this episode feels the most regular of them all, pun intended, but to its detriment. The premise is that Benson is trying to get Mordecai and Rigby to work, and instead of yelling, he tries these different strategies that don't work because they are lazy and obsessed with Blade Games, a competition involving blades. In theory, I should like this episode because I enjoy classics such as Just Set Up the Chairs and Think Positive, 2 episodes that explore both Mordecai and Rigby's laziness and Benson's anger issues. However, it isn't as funny as those episodes, and because we see it from Benson's perspective, low-key, I got frustrated on his behalf.
Well, if it isn't my 2 favorite employees.
What?
Great job! I can see you've been working very hard!
So you're saying we did such a great job, we can take a break to go watch Blade Games?
Blade games, chopping everything games.
No, that's not what I meant!
Watch a bunch of Blade Games.
Given that we already established that Mordecai and Rigby are hard-headed, I feel for Benson, wanting to try something new. But since I know they won't change, anger is really the best option for such lousy workers. So I was frustrated because of what Benson was trying, and because it's like, they are my dummies. But they were really, really dumb in this episode. I see what they were trying to do and poking fun at the different ways bosses try to motivate workers, but it didn't stick the landing for me. I think the other adventures were simply better because there was more escalation and not one guy speaking to a brick wall for no.
Yeah, Mordecai and Rigby can be such dicks, I can't lie. Hey, just do the job, man. Just work. It's not that hard. It's the job you're being paid for, that you signed up for. Just do the job. And Benson is not even that bad of a boss. Kind of chill, actually. Remember the episode when they actually did their job and Bro was like, yeah, I appreciate that. You know I do. Yeah. And the all high-fiving and all that. Like, son, he did their work and didn't take the piss. And he'd be a good, chill boss and everything would be great. It's not like he's Mr. Krabs when he's just a dick. Mr. Krabs, no one fucks with Mr. Krabs. But that's the difference.
95% of this episode. I say 95% because the climax of this episode involves Benson trying to gamify work by turning it into Blade Games, which accidentally creates a real Blade Games competition that causes Benson to break down. There's 2 silver linings here. 1, Benson breaking down was an elaborate way to convince Mordecai and Rigby to finally work, which again wasn't as funny as the other episodes personally, but more importantly, number 2, in the next episode, Nap Spot, which was a pretty fun adventure, it involves Muscle Man pranking Mordecai and Rigby multiple times. So that was cathartic. To be clear, I love Mordecai and Rigby, even in the Lost Tapes, and there's a lot of lazy episodes I love, but I just prefer the other ones because simply they're funnier to me, surprisingly. But the biggest surprise is that if we aren't counting the introduction episode earlier and only focus on the episodes that are in the Lost Tapes, then my favorite episode would actually involve none of the people at the park. Not Mordecai, Rigby, Benson, Pops, or anyone at the park.
What, bro? I said hop brown. Who wants to come on down for a free sample? Free sample? Free sample. Free!
You may be confused because you see Mordecai and Rigby after I said this episode doesn't really involve them, but believe me, they are side characters here at best. The true stars are Margaret, Eileen, and this woman here, Valencia. She patented a technique of fusing food, in this case donuts, and coffee. And not only does this do well, but it threatens the coffee shop Margaret and Eileen work at. I love this episode so much because, like with the first episode in the Lost Tapes, There's this duo chemistry which is so great. Eileen sniffs out that Valencia is a rat immediately, and it takes Margaret some time to get there, which mirrors how, similar to Mordecai but not nearly as much, she's also not the best at reading people. I love the drama of Eileen and Margaret disguising themselves to try and get the secret of why everything at this new restaurant is so good, and I love how they try to fight fire with fire by trying to fuse their own food. And if you want to learn the type of person Valencia is, all you gotta do is watch this scene here.
We're culinary geniuses, aren't we kind of above stealing another chef's recipes?
Hot brown!
No, not the industrial dishwasher!
That guy could probably get an acting job in Coco. The Fuse Foods brings them to the land of the 3 meals and the 3 fusion meals. 2 different trios who think their side is better. The classics want them to destroy this new fusion meal that they made, but the fusions want them to sell it and make as much money as they can dream of. However, they choose the path of good, even if they make minimum wage, and seek out to destroy it. And the fight inside the coffee shop feels like classic regular show. Tons of chaos, destruction, and jokes along the way. If there was a revival that mimicked what the original show did as closely as possible, but still managed to keep it fresh, The Lost Tapes is in that conversation from the episodes I've seen so far. It goes to show you that even if you do have worries about the trailer, you gotta check it out. And I am panda enough to admit that my worries weren't a problem. Outside of the introduction episode, it still blows my mind that Margaret and Eileen would have the best Lost Memory episode, especially considering Margaret episodes have a shaky quality. And if you want to see why,
But yeah, damn, that's the video. I'm glad that the episodes are looking good. I need to watch some of those. I haven't seen the later ones. But yeah, damn, W regular show. Go watch if you haven't. Like, subscribe and all that good stuff. See ya.